soo bëggee jot xaalis bàyyeekoo UK Europe USA Canada Switzerland ak àddina wërngal képp Supersonix Money Transfer ñu ngi ci ànd ak yéen ak yónneekaay xaalis bu gën a màgg ci Gambia mën nga jot xaalis fépp fi nga ne bàyyeekoo kaatong ba koy na te doo ci am benn jafe-jafe waaw mën nga jot xaalis bàyyeekoo ci sa ay mbokka ak am di jàmma nekk ci UK Europe US Canada Switzerland ak àddina wërngal képp ak suñu yónneekaay xaalis bu màgg bi nga xam ne dafa wóor gaaw te noppale fii si biir Gambia Supersonix Money Transfer ñu ngi ci ñetti fukk ak ñeent dëkk si biir Afrika ngir jox leen melowaay yu gën si jotum xaalis bi nga xam ne kenn du ko laam-laamee saytu leen ñu si Google Play Store wala App Store ngir mun a bindu si suñ app bii di Supersonix Money Transfer app ndax ngeen mun a bànneexu si suñ money transfer services yi ay mbégte rek la ak Supersonix.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonix Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonix Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonix Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonix.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Showbiz in Focus. I am your host, Kalilu Banja, and tonight I have two important guests all the way from the Gambia. They are Gambian artists, matter of fact. One is based in the US, United States of America, and he goes by the name Liberato, aka Mustapha Camara. So Mustapha joining us tonight in this very important program. We are also expecting Omid Wisdom, the hip hop rap activist, and at the same time, justice, advocate who is in the Gambia and doing well, making voice recording for politicians, and at the same time, participating in the development process of our dear motherland, the Gambia. So tonight I will have these two important guests with us to discuss about the cultural sector in Spectrum and to give you also some of their plans and the projects that they are about to do. So I hope you enjoy this program tonight, and I welcome you all to the Showbiz in Focus, proudly powered by the Gambian Talent TV. So before we go to the program proper, I just want to give you a little bit of music coming from Mr. Camara, who is Liberato, based in the US. And we go by the first track, Banja, that is a Banja. So I'm going to play that for our good listeners tonight before Mustapha comes. It's another banger.
It's another banger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's another banger. It's another banger. Yeah, it's another banger. It's another like an arrow, like an it, you gotta love it. Feel it, I won't let you down. Like it, you gotta love it. Feel it, I won't let you down. Yeah, it's another banga. It's another banga. Yeah, it's another banga. It's another banga. It's another banga.
Yeah. So we go with the second track from Liberato. He's experiencing some network issues. I thought it is only Gambia, but even United States, they having those problems. I don't know why. But let's go with another song from Liberato. He just launched. He's about to launch his album next week. So we have a couple of music from him. So yeah. This one is an intro of a chorus. The 21 string hailing from the Gambia.
Some people come around, them say they wish you well. Nini odulaje isasike na yata. Some people come around, pretend to be afraid of me kodi jujel paka jamla ni jutta jamfala imasiti komale ni hakilo tuiteroto adamale la kullo hasidi habula domasina ideba sarela Alala mama ke I make mota bainola Alala mama so I make mota chanola Alala mama ke Alala mama so Man no be God. Man no be God. Man no be God. Oh.
I want the feedback from the people who are joining us right now on the Gambia Talents TV. If the sound is good and then also the vocals, I want you to let me know so that we can set the program better for you. So we're playing some music before we have the artists with us. It's gonna be a very, very entertaining evening with you. Quite a lot of things we'll be talking about, and even the political situation right now in the Gambia, we'll be talking about that. Because music has a lot to contribute to the development of the nation, and we think they have a voice, a strong voice, to bring forward a positive change.
I make mota bainola Alala mama so I make mota chanola Alala mama ke Alala mama so Alala mama ke I make mota bainola Alala mama so I miss some more tachanola. Alala ke mama ke. Alala so mama so.
Wow, Alalea ke Jomake, coming from Vibrato, a Gambian US-based singer. And I think my artist is already here, man. Yo. Wow. What a track, Liberato. You know, I am always saying Liberato. you know, there was this uncle of mine. He's a Jamaican British,
Yeah.
and there was a time when my cousin brother was singing, and
Mm-hmm.
he goes by the name Freaky Joe.
Freaky
So,
Joe. Yeah.
and there was a time we were having like lunch, and then he told me, he said, you know what, your cousin brother can sing a lot, but I mean the name. What is his real name in the Gambia? I said he is Alaji Bouakar Singate.
Yeah.
I mean, but why is it that he is using freaky? Do you know the meaning of freaky in English? He said that in America, when you talk about something freaky, that it doesn't sound good. It's like, you know, it's a bad word.
Yeah.
So you know, so that was the days when Freaky actually realized to the fact that he need to change the name from Freaky to Singate.
Yeah, that means he freak. You know, he a freak. Huh?
I was thinking liberator, you know, because this is a strong word, liberation, you know,
Yes.
people, you know, to liberate people, and because you are like a hip hop artist or a reggae artist, one can call it. So liberato. So it is very difficult for me to say liberato and then just dump the liberator. So why the name liberato? Why the name?
Anyway, it's Liberator, Librator, Liberator. Because my zodiac sign is Libra. So I use that word Libra and Liberator because I was a reggae artist. So I fused the two words together, Libra and Liberator. I said Liberator, make it a noun, you know.
Yeah, liberator.
Yeah,
liberator. So you because of your sign is Libra, and then liberator.
Liberator, yeah.
You put them together.
Yeah.
So artistic. Yeah, that make quite a lot of sense. You know, because sometimes it has to be artistic, and then, you know, whenever they probe into the name, you could be able to tell people exactly why the name. And I am happy that you did that, and all the listeners out there could be able to understand why you bear the name Liberato. My brother, welcome to the show. Grab your seat and make yourself comfortable to this platform, the Showbiz in Focus, where we are looking at the cultural sector in spectrum, and at the same time searching into the artists, you know, who are working in the Gambia and as well outside the Gambia. And you happen to be one of them. Our interest tonight is based on the fact that you are about to launch your debut album. Is that your debut album, the first one, or
no? This is
you have an album to your name before?
Yeah, this is the third studio album. You know?
Okay, so to correct that, we will hear from you, the horse's own mouth.
Yeah.
You know, so where did it all start? Where did it all start? Your musical career, and then, you know, from your first album, second album, and also the third album. Tell us something about you.
Yes, greetings to each and everyone watching. I go by name Liberator, but my real names are Mustapha Camara, all the way from Brickstone. You know, it's a long story, but I'll try and make it short.
Exactly.
Yeah, I started way back in Brickhammer, let's say in the year of 99. You know, 99, you know, when the Born Africans and then others, they had a song, Praises. So in primary school by then, we had a talent show. You know, I like acting. So like our talent coordinator wanted like a group to mime or mimic the Praises song. So yeah, you know, I used to be, you know, I always used to sing in class. So, you know, somebody, you know, chose me to sing part of Dr. Shaka because my voice was small. That was in, I think, 1998, 99, something like that. No, then, you know, from then I developed love for music. I used to sing like people's songs and stuff like that. Then I linked with this guy in the early 2000s, 2001 philanthropist. Yeah, he was a member of the Inspired One delegations from Brikama, you know, founded by the legendary Rebellion de Ricola.
Yeah.
Back then, you know, I want to get into the music. I want to get into the scene, but I don't know how. So I knew somebody, you know, this promoter called, you know, Spraga Benz, you know. So, we like family friends. So I went to Spraga, and Spraga took me to philanthropists. So, I used to go to, Philan all the time. So one day I had a show in Box Bar, Brickham Box Bar. They had a show there. Then I went there trying to get closer to the system, the whole stuff. Then I told them that, okay, Trophy, you know what? You guys give me your CDs, then I'll go to the DJ. By then, you CDs. I'm like, okay, I'll tell the DJ which song to play, and the sequence and stuff like that. So I get closer to the Inspired One delegations. Then, but I'll tell the DJ, okay, Philan is coming, start with track 2. Then, 1 minute, change it to track 3. Then after that, Seasonal Food is coming. After that, Messiah is coming. So that's how I found my way through, in their zone. And then one day they had a show in Brikama Joko, and then they let me do my thing. I'm like, wow. So then after that, they, welcome me, as a protege, they like feature me, they let me do shows with them and stuff like that. But that is just the beginning though, from 99 to 2003. Yeah, so I'm right there in 2003.
So 1999 to 2003, that was when you started your musical career. And when did you actually become a recording artist?
I became a recording artist. Okay, it started from 2003. A neighbor of mine had a mixtape, a reggae mixtape. Those C90s, side A's and side B. So in the middle of that C90, there is a rhythm. It's called Just Friends. Yeah, Just Friend rhythm. Just Friends. Yes. I took that tape. Then I have a Walkman. Then I'll be rewinding that, and then hearing myself singing to that, like miming, just doing some stuff with it now. So from there, 2004-5, I was practicing writing with philanthropies, like just practicing recording, learning the craft, and all that. Then in 2006, that was when I became a studio artist. I recorded my first single in 2006.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it was like in 2006, you started recording in the studio. And when did you have your first album, your debut album?
Oh, my debut album, I had that in 2017.
In 2017?
Yes.
And what's the title of the album?
Banja.
So that is why. So you make a remix, another Banja.
No, actually, Banja was a track. It was a track in the first album. That was like the most famous track here. So everybody knew that name. I'm like, you know what? Let me use that track name as the title of the album, Banja. But after that, when I listened, because I recorded that song in 2014, actually. So the quality and everything, I listened to the song. I'm like, you know what? I could, revisit this song and amp it up, make it, more modern and then more crazy. So that's why I reworked on it with Singate, and then I call it Another Banja.
Another Banja. Yeah. So I can feel that. So what was like the expansion from the first album to the second album?
I mean, from the first album, okay, we left like so many things in the past from between 2006 to 17. We left, there are so many important things that I want to talk about, but later on, I'm sure you're going to go back to those. But the expansion of the album is the quality of production.
Yeah,
the quality of production, and then me growing as an artist, and then finding myself, finding what I'm good at, lyrically, vocally, like a lot of stuff, man. It is crazy. If you listen to the first one and then you listen to the second one and the third one, you're gonna become better. I became better. I became a better man. I become a better artist. I become a better person. So,
yeah. So I am very, very sorry. I have to say this. Omid Wisdom is also joining us tonight on this same platform.
Okay.
And he was having a documentary screening program at the Sadauda Karawa Jawra Hotel, in Senegambia. He's already at the TV station, so I am writing to them in the Gambia so that someone can pick him downstairs. So
Okay.
that is why, I'm turning here and there,
I understand.
So we are doing, we are doing some kind of administrative bits while I am on the program. So, like I understand, the expansion from the first to the second, you have quite a lot of things that you want to say. We will still talk about it because I will probe you. I will look into the various levels. But coming to the second album, were you already in the Gambia, or by then you were in United States?
No, I was in United States. Everything I did musically, I did in United States, except for my first 5 singles. Those ones I recorded them and released them in Gambia.
In Gambia.
But everything else was done in America here.
So the album was launched in the United States?
Yes, in the United States, out here in 2017. Yeah.
Okay. So a valid question. During that time, when was that? In 2017?
2017, yeah.
In 2017. So during that time, were you privy to the social media whereby you could be able to market and promote your music?
Yes, I was, I had chances, I did my able best to market it and promote it to the best of my ability. A lot of people were aware of it. Some knew it, and then it was a success. To my expectation, it was a success because I launched the album here in Michigan. Here, a lot of people came out. The place got sold out, and the album, the copies too, sold about 2,000 copies online, and then downloads were like a lot. To my level, to what I expected from it, it was a success to me. But it has, it had its own downsides too. So I guess we'll come to that later. But,
okay. But critically, that is very important for us because the new media is contributing a lot to the music industry, especially impacting on the economical side. So was it so great or so good for you during that time?
It was so great to me during that time. It put me on bigger platforms in America here, and then it made me get recognized in the Afrocentric community in Michigan here, and then it opened a lot of doors for me musically, and then I became recognized as one of the household names, Afrobeat artists in Michigan here. So for that, I'm really grateful.
Yeah. So we also had that during that time you were one of the solo Gambian musicians, or the only Gambian musician that had the opportunity to work with Nigerians, like Nigerians coming to the United States to do major performances. Can you tell us something about that? And those artists that you collaborate with?
Yes, actually, it started in 2013. Actually, there was a promoter, a club owner, a Nigerian guy who owns the club. So I used to go there, and then, have fun at the club with them. So one day, MC Galaxy was coming here, a Nigerian artist. So they need opening acts. So we had like a big Nigerian community, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, and other stuff. So artists came from other countries, and then, they came together to do it. So I also presented my music, which strictly reggae, like roots reggae, crazy reggae dance. So they accepted my music. They're like, "Oh, you're different, so let's go." Then when they hear my audios and when they see me on stage, it's a different vibration. Like the way I scattered the whole place, and then they're like, "Okay, we need to do this like for real." I'm like, "Okay then." So there was a producer, Demsa. He's a legendary Nigerian producer. He was like, "Okay, let me cook something for you, for your market, because like reggae music is good, but nowadays, though, if you wanna penetrate the market fast, you need that's the sound that you need." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." Then he cooked something for me real quick. The song called "Wine and Go Down," and like that song. When I dropped,
that was a banger, huh?
Wow, my brother.
that was a banger, yeah. Okay.
Now, Wine and Go Down it has like strictly Nigerian vibe. Like when people even hear me sing, they were like, "Okay, are you Gambian or Nigerian?" They think I'm 100% Nigerian because the dialect, the rhythm, everything was Nigerian. All my friends were Nigerians, like Cameroonians. They come to my show. So I was kind of like away from the Gambians.
No, but no disrespect. Somebody told me if you want to play real Mbalak, you must have to eat benachin, and this has to be the quality of the Senegalese benachin, so that you can be able to have that meditation and inspiration to play good Mbalak.
Yeah.
And I'm very sure that because that beat, the Afro beat, was coming from a Nigerian, so that gives you that kind of readiness into the sound, because sometimes the rhythm also contributes a lot to the quality of the song the artist is going to play.
And my
If
surroundings
the instrumental is good, the artist can sing good. Yeah.
And my surroundings too, like all my friends were Nigerians. All my friends, like I only had a few Gambian friends that were into music, but the rest of the Gambians, they just work, come home. So it's only one guy who was into music, but not fully, but the rest are Nigerians. You know, I would hang out with them, like rap songs with them. Like I was so into their culture that I almost got lost in it. You understand what I'm saying? Even when people see me, they don't even think I'm a Gambian. Like, but with time though, that was the beginning of my music career, like my full concentration, like taking it seriously. That was
what was the difference? Is it that you were dressing like them, or
I was dressing like
presentation? Because that is also important. When an artist is presentable, so how were you presentable?
I was dressing like them, I was talking like them, I was acting like them, I was speaking like them, everything like
I mean, you were as well eating fufu, huh?
Fufu, everything. Everything was just like I was programmed that way. Even my music, if you listen to my Banja album, it's all strictly Afro beats. You know, I even had some bad clashes in the Gambian community. Boy, this
guy makes himself as a.
I was the first artist, first Gambian artist, you know, who got bashed, who got like scrutinized. Like I was pushed to the side because of that. 2012, 2013. Boy, it came out. If I'm Nigerian,
he makes himself as a Nigerian.
I was the first artist.
Yeah, but I mean, music has to do with a lot of diversity, because we're talking about cultural expression.
Yes,
it doesn't have a kind of a limit. So and when we say music is a universal language, so we are not naturally saying that the language itself is universal. But again, a collection of different people, different nationalities can come and form a band, and at the same time, they fell in love in harmony because of the different instruments, even though they come from different cultures, but they could be able to see each other.
And
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
One thing that influenced me that much, like 99% of my fans, like my fan base, my target audience, 99% are Nigerians and Cameroonians, and their main dialect is the broken language, or the broken English, the Pidgin. So that was why I was more focused on them. That was why I was giving them what they can understand, what they can feel. But in the midst of doing that, I almost lost my identity. So
we come into that. So now here you are, working on a third album. I was privy to listen to one of your songs when you sent it to me for me to listen and to see if I can feel it. But again, you are working with a producer who is also a cousin brother. So I hear a lot about you, and I know this interview is gonna be very tough for me because you are someone who is audible. You can express yourself as long as you ask questions. So I am happy to say that your album has some kind of indication of our identity. Why the twist?
I mean, okay, from the timeline is very important. I want to focus on the timeline here because I will take you back to 2017. We stopped at 2006 when I recorded my first songs. 2006. I recorded that at Malgo Studio with Leslie, backup, and then I was on the Timpoli rhythm, and I Know My Way. Those 4 tracks from 2006, those tracks became like a big tracks in Brikama. Almost every youth by then at my generation know that track. So from then I traveled. This guy, so it's for administration. Let's pause and wait for him to come back, and then we can continue. We're having a break here. Even mute it.
The fact of the matter is the office is trying to reach me out so that they can pick Omid. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm getting you. I'm getting you actually. Yeah.
When I did my first tracks, that was like actually though I was when I was young, but I used to perform with the likes of dancehall masters, Daddy Sam. He was a mentor of mine, like I toured with them when they released their album in 2004 in Brikama. I was like a massive hit though. So then I did 4 tracks in 2006 to 2008. I did a song on the Timpoli Rhythm too. So then it was strictly reggae. Then I traveled to United States, and then I took a break until 2013.
Okay.
2013, I was working with the Nigerians and then the Cameroonians, and then no strong link to Gambian side or to the Gambian market and stuff like that. So after I started linking with Gambian artists, Gambian promoters, Gambian producers, people like stylists, they're like, okay, Libretto, your music is this, critics, I'm like, okay, what do you guys find in my music? What can I do to make things better? You know what I'm saying? Especially, stylists, that he was like, okay, you need to, put more, like do something that the Gambians can relate to. You need this and this. I'm like, okay. Then I took all that in, and then I started, like, since now my audience, I have a very large fan base or audience in Gambia, people who show interest in my music. I'm like, okay, now I can start giving them something that, like, they can see themselves in, and I can also see myself in,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, but again, there is this we have this belief that now that the Gambians are better understanding and appreciating Gambian music, particularly the Gambian cultural music, may that enable a lot of you people outside to also play something that the Gambians could be able to relate to.
Yeah.
Is that the case? Or no?
I mean, it's not about what Gambians can relate to. To be honest with you, though, if you want to do things for Gambians, bro, in America here or Europe, man, you're gonna sink like a ship, bro. Gambians, like, they don't come out in Europe here or America to support you like the way you need it. So if you want to do things for them, you're gonna do it, and they won't see it. That's the hard fact, bro. So I'm doing music that can be consumed worldwide. But as soon as they hear it, they can feel that Gambian vibe. They cannot, okay, he's a Gambian, he's repping Gambia, he's from Gambia. You understand? That's my identity. But I'm not doing it for Gambia.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying, though?
I understand. Yeah.
Doing it worldwide, but I want anybody, even an Indian man, when he's listening to my music, when he hears the kora, when he hears the mandinka, when he hears something, he'll be like, okay, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, that is from Gambia, but I'm not doing it for Gambia, bro. For real though.
Okay. Yeah. So this project that you are about to launch, can you give us like an overview of how it all comes about? Are you working with Nigerians, like you are saying? We already know that you were working with Nigerians before, and then you were working with some Gambians, and then you are in the United States.
Yes.
So the work, what is the collaboration there? What is the link?
Okay, as an artist, like, I'm always working. I'm always writing songs. I'm always, cause like repetition brings, like a professionalism. Like, if you repeat something, like, you become master in it. So I used to record a lot of songs, almost like every weekend I'm in the studio recording, saving. So I recorded a lot of songs. And then, but the production, I wasn't happy with it. The mixing, the mastering, and I feel like they could be better. So I stopped them. So I feel like 2019, 2020, I had the opportunity to do a song with Ghetto Soldier. And then while we were doing the song, he told me like, oh boy, I think Singata should mix this song. I'm like, oh, you think so? I'm like, Singata, okay. He was like, oh boy, he dope. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, during that time, so you did not have faith in him, huh?
No, during that time, I haven't heard his work. I haven't heard I'm like, okay, I lied to you, bro. I'm like, okay, then, but I heard one of his songs that he did. I like that. I'm like, okay, then let's do it and then give it a try. Then we sent him the files, the project, bro. Woo! Singata the Nyankatang, he turned the Nyankatang to Super Kanja. I'm not
so if you never know, the
you don't know, but
so that is the Gambian diet, yeah. So the Nyankatang is equivalent with the Jolas,
Yeah, I gave it a try, but Singata too. Okay, when I gave him them, he was like, okay, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, sing. Maybe you and I, maybe we need to work on an album. I'm like, what? He was like, okay, whenever you're ready. I'm like, I have these songs. I sent them to him. I'm like, check them, listen, and then just tell me what we can do to make them better. He was like, okay, these ones. He was like, oh, do you have the files? I'm like, yeah, I have the files. He was like, okay, send everything to me. I sent everything, vocals, the file. Then he played with them with the rhythms, and then he sent them to me. I'm like, boy, let's do this on album. I'm like, before I proceed, I need to confess something to you, though. And I'm like, you might not know, but you influenced my musical career from day one. I'm like, from day one. I'm like, I'm not gonna hide it from you. I'm gonna give you your flowers right now so you can know. I'm like, the first song I ever did
was inspired.
No, the original inspiration came from the Istanbul rhythm, the Jackie. What will make my love for sure? That's. But I was in the studio. I did, my engineer built the rhythm. Then I hook, and then I did everything. But the verses, I was kind of stuck. Then I was playing listening to a lot of stuff, a lot of music. Then I was just stuck. And then the singers came, the na 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 na. That melody got stuck in my head, bro. I was like, you know what, singer? Maybe I might owe you some publishing rights or some publishing checks, or I don't know, but I gotta do this. So I took that flow, then I put my own interpretation
on top of it,
and then change the flow a little bit though, and then I did a verse. Music not a piece of his. Watch out before you waste. You gotta take it, something like that. Then I did that though. Then the engineer was like, man, you are the next Freaky Joe. You are the next singer. Taking fuck you better than singer. I'm like, oh God, wait now. That one be my.
The comparison comes.
Wait now, no, that one be there. I'm like,
I like that.
I'm like, he's the source of the stream. Me, I steal from that guy now. So don't ever compare me to him. More. He's the big man.
Comparison comes.
So then, before I started working with him, I let sing out. I'm like, this project is gonna be interesting because I kind of stemmed from you, though. We have the same vibe, the same vibe, and the same melody-wise. You influenced me longer day, back in the day. So I'm like, I'll be happy to do this with you. And he was like, he was like, he's a good brother, open-minded. He was like, okay, cool, patient. Like he was patient with me. Like it was a long journey, though. So then. When he mixed those tracks, then I'm like, okay, singer, I need 7 tracks from you that you produced. He was like, okay. So he would just do a rhythm. He sent me, I do the vocals. Then I send it to him. I'm like, okay, do you like it? He was like, at first he was like, yeah, it's cool. I'm like, bro, just tell me how you feel. I don't want to know. Then he was like, okay, I don't like this part, change this part. I don't like. Then that's how we work. Then 7 tracks. Sometimes I'll hear, I'll have an idea. I recorded a voice note to him. I sent it to him. Then he will just take that voice note and then build the rhythm and then send it to
a rhythm for you. Yeah.
But that's how we work. Like it took. Sometimes I will go until I'm done. Then I hear something and then I send it to him. He will do it pop up like and then send it to me though. So that's how we was working together via email, WhatsApp though, and then
So you have a popular recording studio in the US where you go and do the proper voicing and then send it to him.
Yes, I used to, but Singata told me to have my own studio. So I have my own setup in my house, my own setup, like professionally set up, and he walked me through it on how to set it up, and then I will do the vocals and send them to him, and then he would tell me, okay, these are good, I can work with these. So I record about 4 tracks in my house, but the rest were done in the professional studio.
So I mean, which kind of professional microphone do you have?
I have a Bluebird. I have a Bluebird studio. Bluebird mic. You know, and I have M audio speakers, Logic Pro, with the same Logic Pro he uses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So that is quite good. And anytime you have inspiration on your bed while you are sleeping, if you wake up with your first cup of coffee, I mean, you can just go into the studio and then, make your recordings and then keep them in one file. That is organizationally great, and I think that is what quite a lot of artists are doing, even at the international level, before they hit the studios. So that is very clear. And when do you actually want to launch the album?
The album will be available worldwide next week, Friday, November 19th. Yes, about already I dropped like one video from there. 2 videos are out on the album already, Baby Kai and Time. Those ones are already out on the album, and they're doing good. People appreciate them. Great feedbacks, and I really appreciate that. So
yeah, I think what we will do is I will try to see if we can play the Baby Kai music. Maybe that will be something that people will love to hear. Yeah. So maybe that will be something that people will love to hear. Are you seeing the video?
Yes, I'm seeing the video. This one is.
Are you hearing the video as well?
This one is Time.
When things go wrong, and sometimes they will. When rugged like a hill. When the funds are low and the depths are high, and you feel like you want to cry, just remember, life is full of twists and turns. Just be stronger. Everything will be alright. No need to rush, no need to force. Just no time, peace the master. No need to rush, no need to force. Just no time, peace the master. Brother, hold on. Don't you ever give up now. Sister, be strong. Your days will surely come. Your days will surely come. Keep on trusting God. He is all you got. When all hope fades and there is no shade, in Him you will find your grace. Storms will come, trials will come, by His might you shall overcome. Storms will come, trials will come, by His might you shall overcome. Brother, hold on. Don't you ever give up now. Sister, be strong. Everything will be alright. No need to rush, no need to force. Just no time, peace the master. No need to rush, no need to force. Just no time, peace the master. Brother, hold on. Don't you ever give up now. Sister, be strong. Your days will surely come. When things go wrong, and sometimes they will. When rockets get like a hill. When the funds are low and the debts are high, and you feel like you want to cry, just remember, life is full of twists and turns. Just be stronger, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes. Mantare moy kande. Mantare moy kan say.
I'm muted. I am
Yeah.
muted.
Thank
So
you.
I am back. I am muted. Yeah.
Oh, that song, man. That song is spiritual. That song is spiritual. Receive. Receive. Spiritual.
So tell us something about the song.
Yeah. The song is, huh?
Tell us
Go on,
something
go on.
about the
Oh,
song.
this song is just like time is the master. I wrote this song. I was in a feeling or a state that like don't rush something. Like in life, not everything can go according to plan. Sometimes you have to work hard and leave things in the hands of God. Don't lose hope. Just keep on having faith. Keep having trust in God. So that's basically the song. Cause all my songs are like party love songs, And the singer used to be like, every song you do is love, love, love. Do something now. Then I was like, okay, brother, I can go.
Because love is also love
Everything
makes the world go round. Yeah.
love. I'm like, okay, then I can give you a conscious reggae song. I'm like, I started music with reggae music. I'm like, I can dig deep within and give you some reggae vibes. He was like, okay, cool. He was like, give it to me. Let me hear it. Then oh man, then I just gave them this song. Like, I'm like, this song is spiritual, man. When things goes wrong, sometimes they will. When road get rugged like a hill, when the funds are low and the depths are high, and you feel like you want to cry, just remember, life is full of twists and turns. Just be stronger. Everything will be alright. No need to rush, no need to force. Just no time is the master. No need to rush, no need to force. Just no time is the master. Brother, hold on. Don't you ever give up now, sister, be strong. Your days will surely come.
Listen. Yeah,
Bye.
what a wonderful track. The lyrics are good, tight. Time is the master. We all learn about that. Time is always the master, and people don't need to rush. People don't need to force. People don't need to fight.
Yeah.
Typical inspirations coming from reggae music, but at the same time, the kind of music that you are doing right now, how do you call it? Because I was saying like Afrofusion.
Nah.
Is that okay? Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't know where they got all this Afrofusion. I'm a reggae artist, man. Reggae artist. Afro beats and reggae. That's it.
So Afrobeat and reggae.
Yeah.
But if you say Afrofusion, if you say Afrofusion, like an
Afrofusion is not a genre. Afrofusion is not a genre. It's not. Is Afrofusion a genre?
No, not really. But the moment the fusion is there means that you are fusing maybe like African music with maybe the reggae music or with something else.
Okay, from that explanation, then I can agree with you. But Afrobeats.
Because if they call Yusundur like a pop singer, it doesn't necessarily mean he's a pop. But sometimes they will say pop slash ballah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Afrobeats, man.
Afrobeats. Okay. And then how do you feel? How do you feel with that? You feel very comfortable with the genre, and then how is your fans receiving that?
Oh, my fans love it. They appreciate my work. Those who love it, they love it. Those who don't love it, I hope one day, God and the angels will touch their heart. Because if they don't get onto this music, I don't know what they're gonna explain to their grandkids, and their kids. They'll be like they missed on the best album of their generation. So I pray for them, for angels to touch their heart. But my fans, though, they are in the right place. It's like they are in this, those ones are. Yeah.
So those are just diehard. They are diehard fans, and no one can take them from you.
Music.
So what are you doing? What are you doing to grow your fan base, particularly in the Gambia, especially where you come from? We all know Brikama is the home of music in the Gambia. So
us, we are not Instagram or YouTube artists. We were like the cassette artists that artists like we have to walk to the radio station and tell them to play our songs. We are not like this WhatsApp sharing, no, we are the OGs. So back then when I was into music, when I started my fan base, now most of them are in Backway now. They're not even in Gambia.
Oh, really?
Most of my fans, they went
to your fans. Okay. Yeah. Most of your fans.
So the new generation.
But that is a strong statement. Yeah.
I know what I'm telling you, man. Because, man, don't worry. Let me not even go there. Right now, though, the new generation, I'm trying to use. They say like when times change, you need to adapt and then change with time. So I'm trying to use the. It took me a while to adapt to the new ways of spreading music. So right now, I'm linking with promoters and then DJs back home. To spread my music to, the new generation, to the people on the ground and stuff like that. So, and everything is going good, but because of, bad mind, corruption, jealousy and envy. So, I'm finding some roadblocks there, but we shall conquer, Liberator music will conquer,
Okay. Thank you so much. I think that is very clear. And what are you doing? Did you register the songs with a copyright collecting society in the United States, or what did you do?
Yes, actually, though, Liberator, I'm the CEO of my label. Liberator Music is registered on the ASCAP and everything. So I own my own company, Liberator Music. Everything I released is copyrighted and then unpublished, and I own 100% of everything. But recently, though, due to what you just said, like I need to get my music to Gambians, I worked with a Gambian-based distributor and publisher, Plus 220. So they're doing my distribution for me. So they're doing that for me right now. So everything will be good.
Tell us something about that. That is Uber. What was the agreement between you and them? Can you take us through that?
I don't think he will want me to speak on the agreement because I think that is business side. But we both adults and we came into an agreement that is both favorable to all of us, and then we working on that, and then I hope and pray everything goes smoothly though. But I don't think he will want me to go into the details of it, so I will let that one pass. But it's a juicy agreement.
No, what is happening? I started my my program, and then the artist could not be able to get himself in the studio, and he is requesting me to send a Google map to him. I am in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh mate, what happened for you today? Banja.
Yeah, I must be laughing. Yeah, it must laughing. It have kind of on. Yeah. I don't get that. From the beginning of the interview up till now, so I am on my phone. I am doing double job, and Gambia Talents TV is situated where the Gambia Music School was. There was a music school project in the Gambia done by the Mandimori Foundation for Performing Arts, and it is in the Red Cross building. So the Gambia Talents TV is right in the school premises and also, at the Red Cross building. There is nobody in Gambia who can say you don't know the Red Cross building, and at the same time, you did not, as an artist, you should be able to know the music school. And then that music school conducted a workshop, which I was privy to, and I was there with this same set artist. So now my artist is telling me that I have to send him a Google message, and 15 minutes back, he did send me a message to send him a Google map. But I could not be able to do that because I am hosting. I'm hosting an artist. I am online at the moment. Yeah. So this is I don't actually know. Yeah, I don't actually know what I can do. Not cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Mustapha. It was great to to learn a lot from you tonight, and with regards to your album and your upcoming projects. So just take us through. Are you planning to do some like performances in the United States and equally in the Gambia in the coming months?
Yeah, recently I just concluded some performances here, for my American fans and then Africans, and I opened for one of the members of the former P Square group. I opened for one of them here, and then recently though, and then upcoming wise, I will try to see if I can put something together. And then hopefully when I go to Gambia to maybe do some media tours and stuff like that to get people familiar with my music and stuff like that. So hopefully everything is in the works though. Everything is in the works.
Okay. So that is good to know. That is good to know. So anyway, do you have any other important issues that you want to tell us before we ask you about the music industry of the Gambia? Because that is another important question that we want to throw to you for you to tell us exactly what you feel about our industry. Yeah.
In regards to my work, my music, my album, just want to say thanks to everybody who's been supporting me. I know the joy, music is art, and art is subjective, and then it's our differences that makes us, unique, in our ways. So all I want to say is this album is coming, it's by a Gambian, 90% produced by a Gambian producer, singer, like not even one of, but he's the best in the game right now. I put my name on it, I put my stamp on it, and I'm telling everybody, like every Gambian artist or whatever, like link with Singate, Park Music, he will get you together, man. No, play with it. Yeah, and then the album is a 12-track album. This is by 220 Yuva and the crew. It will be out November 19 on all digital platforms. My Instagram, Facebook, Mustapha Camara, Libretto Tuesday, Instagram, Libretto Music. The album is gonna change your life. I'm telling you, man.
I know next week Friday, you will bump us with quite a lot of informations, because even without an album, your active role on Facebook and the normal discourse that is coming from the Gambia, is visible. So, and then visibility is one of the things that artists need to do in this century to be able to promote themselves. With the support of other people. But again, you are doing that brilliantly. So I hope you can continue with that to promote your album.
Definitely do that. And then shout out to Sehu Sanyang, JT Promotion, that break. I mean, like, he calls me Kanye West. Anytime I'm trying to derail or do anything, he will just call me and say, hey, don't do that. Sometimes I get carried away and then just, I'll be everywhere, but he will put me in track, and so I really appreciate him too. He's a brother, and thank you, man. Shout out to MLBI, Nanduke, Salami, everybody, everybody that anyway, it's cool. Let me just stop there, because
Okay. Anyway, no problems. No problem. So it is rather very unfortunate that I even hung up the phone on him. Okay. So, oh my God. So anyway, our artist could not be able to find a place, which is Omid Wisdom. But we are grateful that, you could be able to make it. And then this interview, I could say, is a proper one. I enjoy it. And I must say, we are grateful to have you here tonight. One last thing. What do you think about the structures, like the musical structures in the Gambia? What do you think about the music industry? What is your take about the current music industry of the Gambia?
Disclaimer: whatever I said in this video opinion is solely my opinion, endorsed by me. We don't have a music industry in Gambia. We don't have an industry yet. We don't even have, because an industry is companies of in the same line coming together to form an industry. So, but Gambia is like small fish eat big fish eat small fish. That is the whole brouhaha in the Gambian music industry. And then there is nothing like a moral compass in the Gambian music industry. Everybody's trying to fill their own pocket, just do whatever for your own head. I mean, we can't go anywhere with that. We can move. We need to come together, form a structure. Like recently they formed a music union, but how many established the so-called big artists are taking part in the Gambian Music Union, which is supposed to be our number one go-to in case of anything? How many people, how many big artists are endorsing the music union right now? It's sad, but it's like everyone for everyone. We all it's sad, bro. We don't have an industry yet.
So, what do you tend to say there? Are you trying to say that the big artists are not appreciating or are not supporting the music union of the Gambia?
I'm not trying to say anything that I'm saying that the big artists, they need to start being selfish. They need to think about the industry, Gambia as a nation as a whole. Let them start thinking about filling their own pockets. Like, music is bigger than that. Okay, I don't know how they take it though. Maybe they're taking music as a form of to survive, their hustle. But music is deep. Music is spiritual. Music is music is big. Music is like a worldwide business that everybody can come together and we all can eat from it when we come together and then do it together. Oneness as an industry. We have the DJs, we have the promoters, we have the producers, TV, artists, singers, producers. We can all come together and form an industry. But artists alone, like singers alone coming together, that's not an industry. DJs alone coming together, that's not an industry. Promoters alone coming together, that's not an industry. An industry is promoters, DJs, artists, managers, and whatever. We all come together, form an industry. We all work under one umbrella in a synchronized manner, like a chain reaction, where anything that has to do with Gambian entertainment system will have to go through change step by step, so that an industry can function like a chain reaction. Pop, 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 pop. But right now, everything is just shambles.
Now, I think the structures should be the way they are. Maybe someone can have another opinion, but the artists need to be in an artistic group.
Yeah,
managers have to come together to be able to organize themselves some way. But again, no one is stopping them from affiliating.
Okay. I agree with you though.
Okay. Yeah, no one's. May I land? Then I will leave you. No one should leave them. No one should stop them from affiliating or collaborating, because that is the ultimate purpose. The ultimate purpose is for them to collaborate, for them to affiliate, for them to work together. Yes. So, what do you really want to say?
But are they working together? Are they affiliating?
Again, now that's the question. No, that is the $1 billion. That is the $1 billion question.
That's why we don't have an industry. If they are cooperating, they are affiliating, they are linking, that is what's called an industry. But all now we have is like the DJs, the promoters stand aside, the DJs stand aside, the musicians stand aside. We all trying to be like solo groups. But it can't work. Like, an industry is not built like that. We're not affiliating. The promoters are not affiliating with the musicians, the DJs, and all that. It's like everyone is like a subgroups. We need to come together. If the promoters want to organize a show, let them come to the music union. Or, the artists, okay, we want to bring this artist. Do any artist have a show on this day, blah, blah, blah. Let's look. Okay, this is what's happening. Okay, can we work with some artists and put them there? That's called an industry. But that is
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then what do you think about the day classes that is happening? Is it normal, or that is something that happens everywhere in the world?
No. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. And then in a system where there is no moral compass, in a system where there is no conscience, in a system where nobody cares about nobody, in a system full of egos, full of pride, and full of indiscipline, in a system where it's all chukur chakar, that's what's going to happen.
What is chukur chakar? You have to make it clear for me. You are not listed by only Gambians. There is a lot of people.
Okay, chukur chakar is a word from Gambino Akuboy. He came with a word, I don't know. It means that everything is just
It's mixed and blend together.
Like that. So
Okay.
like that is how the things are in Gambia. So right now though, it is sad. Like they don't want to work together. Everybody want to prove to the next person that, oh, I'm bigger, I'm better, I'm this, I'm this. They are thinking about their own self, their own head. They're not thinking about the Gambian music industry.
Exactly.
What I'm saying.
So anyway, I tend to agree with you on some part. That's my opinion, and I think also there is a lot of work that has to be done. I think musicians must have to recognize their bodies, and promoters have to recognize their bodies, managers have to recognize their bodies, and then in that way they could be able to collaborate.
Yeah.
And I think that is the way forward. But again, I used to give a little bit of logic. That is a compound that is not fenced. So there is no security. So you will see that a donkey will come and enter in that compound and do whatever, maybe even destroy something in the compound, or a sheep or a goat can come and enter in that compound. So that means if there is no security, there is no protection laid down in a particular industry, whether it is going to be an industry for the health sector industry, or it is going to be the agricultural industry. If there is nothing like a kind of a protection or a security or quality control, we have seen it even in the markets. If there is nothing like quality control or quality control management, then problems comes. I think that is what we are lacking, because most of the people who are stakeholders in the music sector of the Gambia, they don't really want to work towards the security level. They don't want to work towards the protection level. They don't want that fair play. I used to call it fair play. Even football, you see, FIFA have their own way of saying it, like fair play. So the referee's decision is almost final, and now they're even trying to make it even better with a VAR. So if the referee can even make a mistake, so they turn to the VAR, and the VAR, you will see it in pictures. So we need something like that also in the industry, where a promoter will be able to know their level, an artist will be able to know their level, the DJ will be able to know their roles and what they should do and where they should stop. In that way, we will have this kind of a good collaboration in the industry.
But when you say security, what do you mean by the word security in the
the protection level of the music sector has to go with a legal framework, and that legal framework is the copyright and also the intellectual property rights. So when you talk about these two things, the intellectual property right and the copyright as well, it is the security of the artist, because that is where the artist will be able to secure his own content and his own ideas. Now, I give you an example. All the films that you are seeing on Netflix, they are not there for free because Netflix as a company get all that content and put it there, but people subscribe. And at the end of the day, those who work towards those films, they're getting those resources back to them, through the negotiations that they have. And then that is the reason why they call it the film industry. That is why they call it the broadcasting companies. That is why they call it, whatsoever industry. So an industry needs some kind of a protection, and it needs procedures. So the due procedures must have to be followed, and music also had that. Are we speaking on the same level?
Yeah, we're speaking on the same level, but your level is kind of left and my level is right.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're talking about a sector. You're talking about a sector in the industry that when they come together, they will form an industry. But I'm talking about those sectors, those individual sectors that needs to come together to form the industry. They're not even coming together. Because what you're talking about right now, do we even have that? Maybe
that is what I'm trying to say. What you said.
That is like a sector in the whole industry. It's like
now what you said. I just give you a little example. You were telling me about the promoters to come and then work with the artists?
Yes.
How will the promoters work with the artists? Because in the music industry, why they call it the music industry? Because it is the music industry comprises of different sectors inside the music industry.
Yes. Thank you. I agree with you on that one.
You agree with me? So when you talk about the managers, they have a role. When you talk about the promoter, they have a role. When you talk about the DJs, they have a role. When you talk about the presenters, they have a role.
The songwriters, the performers, the owners.
They all have a role. But again, you must be able to know where a presenter's role ends and where an artist's role ends, and where also, an artist could not be able to do the role of a manager. Or do you know what I said?
Yes,
so the artist should be able to know that, okay, I'm gonna get into that performance, but somebody must have to do A, B, C, D, and E for me. And at the end of the day, they have a token for that, for the work that they are doing.
Yes.
And then if a promoter also is doing something for the artist should not think that the promoter is supposed not to get something out of that, because they are doing a job and that is their profession.
Yes.
In the industry, they also have to have something for that.
Yeah, but do we have that now? Do we have that? Do we have that industry? We don't have it.
Actually, in some point we have it, but that is what we are talking about.
No,
that is what is lacking.
No, it's what they call dogo dogo. Like, somebody, you go to it doesn't work with you, and then at the end of the day you give them something. But they don't have it, like they don't have a proper structure like that. Of course, not in Gambia, in the so-called the music scene, DJs will do the work of a promoter, presenters will do the work of DJs will do the work of artists, like it's all shambles everywhere. So until and unless we recognize our roles, let a promoter knows that, okay, my role is to bring an artist or to propose something to the artist and bring the artist on, and then like let the manager, okay, I need to work with this one to do that. Let's all know our roles, and then until then, trust me, man, we're not going nowhere.
Okay, thank you so much, Liberator, for that wonderful opinion with regards to with regards to the music sector. So now we go with one of your tracks, and that will be the end of the show. Can I go to the third track? Let me see that.
Which one?
The third, you did send me some tracks.
Okay, yeah.
So are we there? I guess we are there.
Yeah, we're here.
No, we are not yet there. We are not yet there. We are not yet there. No, we are not yet there. You are getting me? Or
I'm getting you.
But me, I'm not getting you. You are not getting the music.
No, I'm not getting the music.
Yeah, you are not getting the music. Now you are. Now you will get the music. So. Still not getting the music. The music is not there. So we go with your views. No, nice watching. So yeah, but I mean, we can just go back to we can just go back to. So we go back, Liberator. So I'm gonna share your song. That is Time.
Okay.
The one we are seeing on video. So we're gonna replay that so that it can.
Can you play Baby Kai? It's on YouTube too, though.
Baby Kai, yeah, but I mean, yeah. So wait for a moment. We have to search that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, Liberator.
Yeah, we have to search that. Baby Kai, yeah. You are a big man. My brother is a big man. Baby Kai, what is Baby Kai?
Baby,
you must tell us what is Baby Kai.
Baby Kai is a love song telling your woman, come to me, baby, come to me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Same place.
So I'm getting the video on a different way. I don't know why, because I think I'm not going to YouTube directly, so I have to get that from YouTube. It is coming here on Microsoft. Okay. So I have to do that libretto. So
libretto.
my brother. So I mean, good to see you. So there is something coming out from.
BABYKAI, libretto, baby guy. Yeah. Boke mo rebe mute.
Is saying libretto, and the Magnificent Joe, my own brother. Nice, we're watching Carl. Keep it up. Johanna Latax, thank you so much, for joining us.
I just send you the link if you need it.
No, I already got it. So I'm gonna do that. I already got it. So I'm just trying to Paul Hill. Paul Hill, he's a top musician in the UK. Okay. So he was making some experimentation in the Gambia, working with quite a lot of musicians, nice. Traditional musicians. So he's also watching.
Greetings, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, he's a top gun, man. He's working with Pabobo on an album. Wow. They are organizing a European tour as well. Nice. So coming soon. Yeah, Paul Hill, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank working from the UK. Thank you so much. And Magnificent Joe, thanks so much. Johanna, thank you so much. Watching from Poland. She is also in love with kora players. All over the world, particularly our Gambian-based kora player in Poland called Buba Kuyate. Thank you, Johanna, for joining us tonight. I think quite a lot of people are watching, but again, it's important to send them shout-outs. Yes. So I'm going to play the video, and then we're going to end the program with Baby Kai. I think this song is one of the hit songs. Are you hearing the song now?
Yes.
I think we are there, huh? Yeah. Are we there?
Baby, oh, baby, oh. You make me to feel like a king. You make me to feel wonderful.
Where do you make the video?
Yes,
in US, huh?
For you, I feel alright. Okay. My love for you will never die. My baby, oh, anything you want, I'ma do it for you, girl. Yeah, my baby, oh, no matter what you do, I like. Baby, me and you for life. Follow my body and right. So my baby, guy. Put my damn pie, I wanna make you mine. Wanna your Ricky, I say my wife. Baby, guy. Wanna make you mine. Wanna my love, baby, oh. Fate, baby, wanna my love, baby, oh. Fate, baby, I wanna make you mine. Na dinde na tamanya na jelenya kamfale. Alona na danya mko wale kansasade. Kona dinde na jinya mko wale kante fade. Alona na tamanya mko wale kante fade. Baby, you know say you my darling, and for your love, girl, I'm living. Thanks to your love, can't stop falling. Everything I get now for you, darling. Tenite la copa kadoya na dindi manko na nyalama. Denita la kuko kata yata tindi mambo na nyala. Sama baby guy. Put my damn baila, I wanna make you mine. Money already I saw my wife, baby guy. Wanna make you mine. Mano mala fate baby oh, fate baby yeah. Mano mala fate baby oh, fate baby yeah.
Guys, some kudu mo Nigeria na ulit po Gambiano.
Wanna make you mine.
Anjing taro na mo na. Yeah, thank you Johanna, thank you Madam Centro, thank you Mohammed Jao, and Mr. Paul Ailes, thank you. And yeah, Mustapha, y'all in it.
Summer baby guy.
Wow, what a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Mustapha. Thanks for coming to Bravo and all the people who were joining us in the past 1 hour. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasant evening with you all. Yeah. Thank you, Mustapha. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thanks for coming. I have to stop that. Yeah. So your last words, and that is the end of the program. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thanks to GTTV for the platform given to us. I'm humbled and I'm privileged to be on this platform. And Carl, the work is clear, the work is clean, the heart is pure. You know what I mean? So don't let anybody corrupt it. Don't let anybody soil it. Keep doing
Nobody is gonna correct.
Yes, no. Yeah, but yeah, to everybody that been following me and supporting my music, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is Liberator Music. You can follow me on Instagram, Liberator Music, LIBRATOR, and then my YouTube, the same, LIBRATOR. My Facebook, Mustapha Camara, legal name and everything. So thank you. I appreciate it. The album is coming out November 19th. The best album you ever gonna hear from. Like, it's not noise. It's not coco. Trust me, it's an album. When I say an album, it's an album. Production, 100%. Lyrics, 100%. Vocal, 100%. Everything, 100%. So just...
Thank you so much, Mr. 100%. The lyrics, the vocals, and everything 100%. I just want to say thank you all for joining us tonight as we probe into the cultural sector of the Gambia and start that conversation with our musicians all over the globe and also cultural activists who are in the Gambia and outside the Gambia. We want to say thank you all for a great evening, for joining us, and then on this particular platform, the Showbiz in Focus. Until we come your way next week, Saturday, I am your host, Kalilu Banja, and I want to say, have you all a great, great evening. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Ntata.
Banga.
Yeah. Ntata. Yeah.
Banga.
Salute.
November 19.
November 19, the album launching of Liberator.
Better Man is coming. Better Man is coming. Fire.
Thank you. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.